Hello and welcome to our talk on iconic work. I'm Darren Richardson, Global EC at Geometry.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here today. I am Mauricio Sanaiote, Regional Creative Director in MENA.
Today, we'd like to take you through some work that inspires us and gives us a little insight into why it inspires us. And hopefully, at the end, you'll also leave full of energy and ready to create Geometry's next iconic piece of work. We've chosen the ideas that fit best under Geometry's practices of retail, experiential, design, and innovation. Some of these cases do actually fit under multiple practices, but that's all right, that's a good thing. So let's jump straight into it in no particular order, and over to you, my friend, to kick us off.
Thanks. I hope we all get inspired after this chat. So let's talk about some iconic work.
Deixa eu ver. Eita, mano. Umas ideias, velho. Olha, caralho, mano.
Burger King is famous for its flame-grilled burgers, unlike our competitor, who fries their burgers. But in Brazil, their media budget is 4 times bigger than ours. Their ads are pretty much everywhere. So, we did the only logical thing. We burned them. I know what you're thinking. Did we track down every piece of McDonald's communication, create a dynamic database of these ads, develop an AR feature on our own app that recognizes those ads, then encourage people to point their phones at them and burn them down, turning every McDonald's ad into a Burger King ad? Yes. Yes, we did. Every single ad. Outdoor ads? Burn. Social media posts? Burn. Google image searches? Burn. Indoor signage, trays, coupons? Burn, burn, burns. And the best part, the feature connected users to the e-payment page, generating free Whoppers. It spread like, well, fire.
If you hold it up to any competitor's ads, it'll burn it and then leave you with a coupon.
Isso é muito incrível. Caralho.
With almost 500,000 ads burned, our app went straight to the top in Brazil, and so did sales. The more they invested, the more we burned. Ah, the smell of victory. With fire and a little help from technology, we turned common outdoor ads no one wants to see into delicious flame-grilled Whoppers you could taste.
Here is a best-in-class example of an integrated physical, digital, and social campaign with a flame of audacity, leading to footfall and conversion. We can see a beautiful combination of creativity, innovation, technology, all in service of commerce, all at once. Another thing that drags my attention here are the staggering results, showing how consumers are starving for audacious thinking from their loved brands. There is an interesting quote from Raquel Maia, Lacoste Brazil CEO, and she says, "Dreaming is good, planning is needed, but executing is essential." And I can imagine the huge amount of effort to plan and execute this idea properly. For me, the cherry on top is the smart combination of data to hijack the competitor's investment in media. Brilliant. But there is more.
Behind every good deal made in India is an even better bargaining strategy.
आपकी smell इतनी sweet है. You know these aren't real diamonds, right? 1,500 sir, max.
मैं अपनी सारी गर्लफ्रेंड्स को ना यहीं लेकर आऊंगा, ठीक है?
But to over 230 million Indians shopping online during the festive sale season, the thrill of earning your price through bargaining is lost because global e-commerce giants offer deep discounts and rock-bottom prices anyway. So this year, Flipkart, India's #1 e-commerce player, did the unthinkable. We decided to not make an offer and let India bargain a deal with us instead. Presenting Hagglebot, the world's first bargaining experience on a voice assistant. We teamed up with Google Zoo to launch an artificial intelligence avatar of ourselves and trained Google Assistant to bargain back with the professional Indian shopper. We traveled to 30 bazaars to identify popular bargaining strategies and simulate them on Hagglebot.
Most chatbots use a predefined set of responses, using Dialogflow's natural language processing ability. Hagglebot was able to understand the more nuanced things people said in order to construct more contextual and conversational responses.
2,700 and nothing more.
That price is HD. Hardly doable.
I'll pay half that price.
That's so low I can't even reach it.
I'll pay ₹1 only.
The 16 MP cam might help you see how bad that deal was.
What?
By introducing Hagglebot just before the Big Billion Days, which is India's biggest sale, for the first time, Indians felt the thrill of earning a discount instead of us just giving it to them.
Over hours and hours of bargaining back with the Indian shopper gave Flipkart an unprecedented edge over some of the world's biggest companies during India's festive sale season.
Hagglebot saw an average playtime of around 6 minutes, making it one of the most engaging branded voice experiences we've made to date.
Congratulations. You've cracked a great deal.
Flipkart was able to drive footfall and conversion through a digital campaign rooted in a remarkable cultural insight, the culture of bargain in India. They found the right partnership, Google Zoo, to make the project happen. And I want to emphasize it. Flipkart is a retail company. They have an app. They have an online store, which means they have some people there that understand tech and innovation at some level. Nevertheless, they went after the right partner to execute their work. I wonder how much knowledge they have assimilated during this process. Another interesting point here to make. They got their hands dirty and went where people were. They understood their behaviors at the streets, in the markets, in order to make this idea relevant. And Flipkart did a bold move, decided to zig when everyone was zagging. You need to have a very solid company culture, company philosophy to make this kind of decision. Now, over to you, my friend. Let's see the next case study.
Thank you, very good. The next case is Volvo EVA initiative. Let's first play the film and then we can touch on some points.
Women are 71% more likely to be injured in a car crash and 17% more likely to die. The reason? Most cars are tested on male crash test dummies. But not at Volvo. They have collected real-world data since the 1970s to learn what happens during a collision, regardless of size or gender. What if we could use this data to make all cars safer for women? Introducing the EVA initiative. We collected all of Volvo's research and made it available to everyone in a digital library consisting of data from more than 43,000 collisions and 72,000 people. For the first time ever, anyone could download the research and learn how it has led to some of Volvo's most innovative safety systems. To make the data more human, we gave the numbers a face and created a film that showed how this injustice affects women in a personal and direct way. EVA was introduced at a live-streamed event where journalists and competing brands could tune in.
The data helped us to understand the mechanism and the importance for all people. And we want the rest of the industry to do the same.
Then we launched a global campaign across a wide range of media. The initiative quickly became news and sparked a global conversation about equal road safety.
Event of kind of whiplash and injuries like this, but also they're not just keeping the data for themselves. This data and analysis that they've done is also on their website, so it's open to all car manufacturers to kind of improve safety for women in particular.
But most importantly, this will make all cars safer, for everyone.
This was an amazing, engaging experience using technology that helped Volvo lead the conversation about gender equality within the car industry. This has to be a first that anyone's ever done this. Its meaningful use of data actually had a purpose and a cause behind it as well. They made the data open source, basically innovating in a service to everyone, not for selfish reasons at all, but making a real difference to society. It's interesting to see the overall trend in gender and social inclusion across many brands and cases in the past few years in Cannes. Brands are paying more and more attention to their social impact on society, as they should do, and I hope this trend accelerates in the future. But it has to have a purpose and depth versus a brand just doing it because it thinks it should do it. It's just like the case that you saw in the Volvo EVA initiative. It's a brilliant example about how you can make change in the world. So back to you on the next case, Mauricio.
Well, it's hard to get kids, even adults, to put down those phones these days, and it may be even harder to trade that phone for a book.
Books have found a new life on Instagram.
New York Public Library has the solution. They are now putting entire novels on their Instagram stories.
The new series is called Insta Novels.
Insta Novels.
Insta Novels.
First novel being offered, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
A really important feminist text called The Yellow Wallpaper.
The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka.
Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven.
A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens.
It includes original illustrations as well as the entire text of the book.
They've got a little thumb hold in the bottom right-hand corner, and you hold your thumb there while you read the book.
He animates and changes based on like the content of what you're reading. So it's like a keyhole at first, and then it turns into a clock.
Books will be uploaded in full and archived, helping turn the New York Public Library's Instagram highlights into a digital bookshelf.
This initiative has been reported on by every single bloody outlet in the universe. I've just seen it everywhere.
It's inspiring to see how thoughtfully crafted Insta stories were able to re-signify the value of literature and brand value, the New York Public Library. It's amazing to see how by redesigning an old content, books on shelves, made it interesting again. This is a true demonstration of the power of design. And man, what a craft, meticulous choices for typeface, design language, UI, UX, programming. Modern design goes beyond doing the layout nowadays. So what's next, Darren?
Next up is elevator tweets, a case that you should know very well as you were part of it.
It's a pretty interesting and tough and brutal game for everybody who's not Facebook and not Google.
96% would prefer to advertise on Instagram.
Who's doing a better job at that right now, Facebook or Twitter?
That is the punchline.
Despite being the most relevant voice of the MENA region, Twitter's local popularity has not translated into advertising revenue. Home to MENA's leading media agencies, Dubai Media City was the perfect place to change this. By targeting media buyers and showcasing the social channel's potential, so Twitter hijacked one of its busiest elevators and connected each media agency's floor button to their client's Twitter sphere. With real-time updates, insights, and curated to inspire their media planning, each elevator journey became a compelling digital experience. Up-to-date tweets from hashtags relevant to the clients and brands of each agency in the building were filtered, curated, and sent to an online server. Every time a floor was selected, related brand tweets wrapped the elevator's digital walls, and sensors tracked the elevator floors, refreshing the screens in real time.
In a very short period of time, the impact was impressive. People were talking about it not only on Twitter, but also on Facebook, Instagram, and our business with those targeted agencies grew 30% compared to same period last year.
Becoming a talking point across the regional media industry, Twitter changed the way media planners perceived their target audiences with a touch of a button.
They, my learned friend next to me, was also part of this project. They designed and implemented a fresh solution to solve a tough and unusual problem. Convincing media planners about the power of Twitter in a market where it wasn't on their radar, to make them consider the platform when creating their media plans. Not an easy task. Not only is this innovative from a technology point of view, but as I said in a previous talk as well, innovation comes from many different levels. So the elevator, or lift as us Brits call it, was created in a new channel, which also is innovative in its own right. So all of this, the combination of technology, innovation, content, talking to the right people at the right moment, all came out in this lovely innovative case. And what it does tell us is context is king, still. I was lucky enough to lead this Cannes winning case. It was a turnaround on a brief into better work. It started as a direct mail job to inform current and hopefully new user base of radio.net that they were one of the few streaming services that were delivering the Football World Cup live. First of all, the creatives pulled together a couple of insights. One, the German public would actually be at work during all of this time scheduling of the German games. Secondly, people actually, while they're at work and in meetings, actually chew on pens a lot. So based on these two insights, they came up with a new innovative product to raffle off to some lucky winners, turning a simple direct mail brief into a product innovation, gaining massive PR, loads of app downloads, and a bunch of new users.
This summer, Germany is facing a serious problem. Russia. No, not what you think. It's about the World Cup 2018. Because different time zones make it impossible to combine the two major dedications of German people. Their love for football and their commitment to work. The truth is, there are only two options. Go to work and miss all the glorious football moments? Scheiße. Watch football and miss all the important meetings? Also scheiße. Radio.net presents The Football Pen, turning business days into match days. A radio device inside a regular ball pen that uses bone conduction technology to create sound. As soon as a pen touches the jawbone, the sound is transmitted to the inner ear, making you the only person who can hear it. Once the football pen is connected to the Radio.net app, football fans can select the radio station and simply bite on the end of the pen to enjoy a private live broadcast. Now people can sit in meetings, look perfectly focused by following the natural behavior of chewing on a pen, and at the same time listen to a live football broadcast on Radio.net. A simple giveaway transformed into a smart solution. The Football Pen, turning business days into match days.
And it's not actually a gimmick, it actually works. I have one right here. So you basically put it in your mouth, bite down on this tiny little end bit here, and vibrations travel up through here into the end piece. Then they go up through your jawbone into your inner ear, and you get your private, personal radio show. And no one else can hear it, even if they're sitting right next to you. So you basically got your own James Bond gadget that you can take into meetings. So that's it from us. Hope you enjoyed watching and hearing what inspires us to do iconic work. We're looking forward to all of the future submissions into the jury, and all the very best from me.